Untitled Channel, changing lives.
It may not be on a mountain's height, all over the stormy sea. It may not be at the battle's front. My Lord will have need of me. But if by a still small voice He calls to paths I do not know, I'll answer, dear Lord, with my hand in thine. I'll go where you want me to go. I'll go where you want me to go, dear Lord. Oh, mountain so plain, oh, sea. I'll say what you want me to say, dear Lord. I'll be where you want me to be. Perhaps today there are love and words where Jesus would have me speak. There may be now in the parts of sin some wonder whom I should see. Oh, Savior, if thou wilt be my guide, though hard and rugged the way, my voice shall echo the message sweet. I'll say what you want me to see. I'll go where you want me to go, dear Lord. Oh, mountains so plain, oh, sea. I'll see what you want me to see, dear Lord. I'll be what you want me to be. There's surely some way, a lonely place in midst of this field so wide, where I may lay but through life's short day for Jesus the crucified. So trust in my own to thy care. I know thou lovest to be. I'll go where you want me to go, dear Lord. Oh mountain, oh plain, oh sea, I'll say what you want me to say, dear Lord. I'll be what you want me to be.
Good evening, my name is Evie and I welcome you to the third day of Youth Hour. Yesterday, if you joined us, we had a very, very interesting, very crucial and educational topic. And today too, we have yet another interesting one for you. Today's one is all about finances, how to gain financial independence. This is a topic that I am very interested in, and I'm sure you are also interested in. Whether you're in school, whether you're working, whether you're about to do your national service, whether you work for yourself, whatever you do in this life, we all need financial independence. So today we search for the best fit, the right person, the person to give you all the knowledge, all the information. Is none other person than Mrs. Vida Graham. You should sit back, take your notebooks, write down your questions, because right after she's done with her presentation, you can send us your questions on our WhatsApp number, which will be 0559 680066, 0559 680066. And you can call in as well. You can call into our number, which is 0302 959065. So Mrs. Graham will go ahead. But before we start, she'll pray with us. And in the studio, I have with me two amazing young people joining me to ask all the questions they need to ask on financial independence. I have Adelaide and Emmanuel. So you guys, we have our notebooks, courtesy Mrs. Graham, because she knows we will have all questions. She brought us notebooks and pens so that we write all our questions down. So you at home, well, if you want a notebook, I'm sure after she will give you one, but please find a notebook and write your questions down as well. Mrs. Graham, welcome on the show.
Thank you,
So
and
please,
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Please start off with a prayer, then we can go into the presentation.
Sure, let us bow down and have something. Most gracious Father, we thank you this afternoon for our lives, and we thank you for bringing us here safely. We pray and commit this program into your hands. We invite you in a special way, Father. Come and be with us, and let all the glory of it be yours now and forevermore. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So
Yes.
welcome, and once again, thank you for having me
You're
and
welcome.
my two assistants. So
Okay.
we are going to be doing the program together.
Okay.
As Evie has said, today we are going to be looking at financial independence. Okay, so we are going to be looking at what does it mean if you say you are financially independent, and then we are going to look at what are some of the things that we can do to make sure. So our topic is achieving financial independence.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk us quickly through the presentation, and then thereafter we can have the question and answers where you guys can ask me, and then we can discuss. Right, so objectives, what are we hoping to achieve? And we are going to introduce, or I will introduce you, both those of you here and those at home, to the basic concepts and components of financial independence. Then we will look at 6 steps that are essential to achieving financial independence. What are the things that we as young people, particularly Adventist youth, can do to make sure that we achieve financial independence? And then we will look at the stages. Does it start? Where does financial independence start? Where are you at the moment? And where do you hope to be? And then we will create linkages, because you know there's this thinking that if you are a Christian, you can't be a rich person. people equate poverty to spirituality. So we'll try and see, does God sanction financial independence? We'll spend some time there. And then we'll look at, okay, on our journey to financial independence, what are some potholes, what we call pitfalls, that if we fall in, it could derail us, and what we can do about it. The learning outcomes. So by the end of the session, it is my expectation that you, my participants, will be able to explain what financial independence is and how you can plan towards it. Okay. And then discuss 4 actions that you must do to be able to attain it, and 3 stages. So if we were to ask you, what are some of the 3 stages that between wherever you are now and financial independence, then you'll be able to say it. Then the actions, what should we do, and also the pitfalls. The process we are going to be looking at, we are going to look at an overview of financial independence. What exactly is it? And then we will look again at the milestones on our journey towards financial independence. What are some of the stages that we will go through? So my hope is that you'll be able to identify that me, Evie, or Adelaide, it's Michael, isn't it? This is where I am now, and this is where I need to be, and what do I need to do? Then we will look at the pitfalls, because all of us can start this journey, but not all of us will get there, because some of us will fall by the way. What can make us fall, and what can we do? Then we will discuss and we will close. Right, so what do you think? What's financial independence?
Yeah.
Okay, when I hear financial independence, it has to do with securing your future.
Wow.
So I think it's basically accumulating wealth to secure your future.
Well done. Accumulating wealth to secure your future. I'm really impressed. You couldn't have been better. Anybody else?
I think that financial independence, the name suggests financial
independence.
And so financial has to do with something about money.
Okay.
And then independence, something about freedom.
Well done.
And so
well
that is
done.
how I understand.
Okay.
I heard this thing one time. It said, whenever I'm able to buy something without asking for reduction, it means I'm financially independent.
There you go. So it can mean different things, but
Yeah.
we'll find out exactly what it is. So let's go. I took from the research, it said the state of having sufficient personal wealth to live without having to work effectively for basic necessities. So when you can live off the wealth, off the income from the wealth that you have accumulated, then we can say you are financially independent. All right. So you now live off the income of your investments. Okay. When your personal wealth is sufficient for you to be able to take care of your everyday needs without having to work, then you can say you are financially independent. All right, so another way of looking at it, when you are able to live off your current investments without needing to work. So just like you said, being free, being able to buy things without asking for reduction, accumulating wealth. Okay. Now, for our icebreaker, just to relax the system a bit, I want you to just do this in your writing parts for me, and those of you at home can join in as well. What would financial independence look and feel like for you? So cast your mind back. If you were to be financially independent, what would life be for you? So you've got a minute to scribble it down. And I've put some pointers to help you. What expression would you have on your face? What would you be doing? How would you be feeling if you were financially independent? Any ideas? Michael?
I think that I would be relaxing most of the time.
You'll be relaxing
Yes,
most of the time.
Because I have everything I want. So
Okay,
no
because
need
your
to
investments are working for you.
Yes.
The income from your investment is taking care of you, so you'll be relaxing. Perhaps doing more God's work,
stress entirely.
attending church, and okay. Adelaide?
I think all my plans will just come into a reality.
All your plans.
All my plans, yes. And then I'll start living a fulfilled life.
Okay, good.
I think I'll be more confident with life.
Okay.
You know, true money doesn't buy everything, but it solves a lot of problems.
Indeed.
So I would be more rest assured that certain things can easily be taken care of.
All right.
Yeah.
So we are in the right class.
Yes.
It's something we all aspire to.
Yes.
To get our investments to work for us, so we don't need to work. Then we can relax, be confident, and all your dreams. Very good. Keep those dreams, because we'll come back to them. Benefits of financial independence. We've said some. What else do you think? If you did not have to work and your money was working for you, what do you think are some of the benefits you gain?
I think ample time to motivate others, or
To motivate others.
engage in other things you would want to do that money cannot do for you.
Wow.
necessarily.
Wow. So again, we being Adventists, a lot more mission work, isn't it? Well done. Evie?
I think I would start living and doing things that I enjoy more than necessarily doing things because of the money I will get out of it.
Super.
So it will be more of passion than I am required
Well
to do.
done. That's why we have to be financially independent,
Yeah.
because we shift away from doing things we have to doing things we want to.
Yeah.
Things that make us happy, things that will help us be in the kingdom a lot more than be in the world. Okay, so let's see what I put down. It's wise investing. Savings is right with God. Again, sometimes we Christian things that you have to be poor. But no, the Bible says it's a good thing to save, to plan for your future. So it's good that young people, as we aspire to the future, we must get to the point where our investments are working for us, okay? So I put Ecclesiastes 11:1-6. And then we'll be better placed to do and contribute to God's work and the church. And then you have extra spending power. I think Adelaide said that all her dreams, what she wants to do, will come in. Freedom from employers and paycheck mentality. Something out of passion, you just excel.
Yeah.
So you really enjoy what you are doing. Then it will put you in better stead to help with important needs. Your money is working for you. If somebody needs help, if somebody in the church needs help, if your church needs help, you are better placed to help.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have money. You'll be able to provide a better life for yourself and your family in future. And young people, Adelaide is not looking for a man who cannot help her to take care of her children. And Michael, you don't want a lady who doesn't want to work, who doesn't have aspirations. So it's very good if we are financially independent. We can provide better living standards for the family God blesses us in future. And you'll be a blessing to your generation. Imagine if you had money to be able to take care of yourself without you having to struggle because you have saved for it. People will call you blessed, so we need to get there. And earlier, better and happier retirements. What's the compulsory age for retirement? 60. So to be financially independent, you need to achieve it before you are 60. Are we okay?
Yeah.
Because if you are 60, you are going to go on retirement anyway.
Yeah.
So we are thinking of a plan that will get you your money to work for you and you not having to work before you are 60. Okay? Right. Now, some biblical pillars. I just wanted for the youth to be able to say, look, it's okay to attain financial independence and become rich and even have surplus. It's in the Bible. Okay? So I've put Deuteronomy 8:18, and it says, but thou shalt remember Jehovah thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he swore unto thy fathers as at this day. So it's okay if we plan and we work towards it. The Bible, it's not against it. Then the blessing of the Lord, Proverbs 10:22, it maketh rich, and he added no sorrow to it. Okay, so you can see we have a young man really into the Bible. There is the source of wealth and financial independence. It's from the scriptures. Okay, so I've also put Corinthians 9 and 10. But I've put Proverbs 13:11, which says, dishonest money dwindles away, which means as we seek to achieve financial independence, it must be according to biblical principles. Okay. Right, now I've put some words of wisdom. It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. All right, that's what we as Christians are wanting. That's where we want to be, where we use honest principle, Bible principle base to achieve financial independence. Please put your questions down so that you know. I put some more gems, and Walt Disney from Disneyland says, all our dreams can come true. Adelaide, your dreams, if we have the courage to pursue them. So knowing about financial independence is okay, but it's better still to know how do you get there, and that's what we are going to be looking at. So you can, just because of time, stages of financial independence. Remember we said that you need to start from somewhere and then go to the end of it. So there are stages. What do you think are some of the stages between now and when you can say, look, I don't need to work? What do you think will be some of the stages?
I think everything has to do with planning.
Planning, okay?
So you have to plan and then stick to your plans.
You plan and then you stick to it. What else, Michael? What's a stage you think you can get to?
I think you have to start saving.
You have to start saving. Okay, we'll look at that. Yes, Iggy.
I think one of the stages will be deciding exactly how much you're putting aside.
Wow, well done. Yeah. So let's have a look. So you can see from the picture, I can see the plenty hair must be a lady. So, and they are jumping, which means freedom, financial freedom. So it tells you that financial independence is a happy state. Yes. You can see they are happy. Yes. Let's look at some of the stages that you will go through. So stages of financial independence. And again, we must say it's not an all or zero. It's not that you are either financially independent or you are not. There are stages, and each stage you just start living better than the previous stage. Are we okay? So it starts with financial dependency. That's when you live with your parents. So that does not count. Okay. If your parents are taking care of you, you have not started on the road to financial independence yet. But if you are in school, then it will help. Are you okay? So if your parents take care of everything of yours, you are on level 0. You haven't started. Are you okay? Right, then we have financial solvency. That's stage 1. And this is meeting obligations every month. So this is when you started working and your income is able to just take care of you. Then we can say that you are in the financial solvent stage. What stage are you in, Michael?
I think I'm in between dependency and solvency.
You are in between dependency and solvent. Well done. Adelaide?
Dependency.
All right. So we need to see how we can get you from dependency to financial independence and even abundance. We'll look at that. Then financial stability. That is when you are solvent, but you've started making some savings. Okay? You can take care of yourself and you can put a little aside every month or regularly. Then we come to debt freedom. So that will be stage 3. You are almost debt free. So you may have taken a loan to buy assets or something, but you've been paying for it and you are almost debt free. But you are not debt free yet. You could have some loan obligations that you are paying for, and we'll look at debt also. Number 4, or from freedom you go to security, and then investment income. Now you've invested, which we'll look at what investment is, and the income from your investment is adding on to a little of your savings. You do not have any loans to pay. All right, so you are becoming secure. So you are jumping a bit higher than when you were at least completely financial dependence. Right, then we come to stage 5, financial freedom. Having enough to be able to take a lower paying job Now, if you say you are financially free, it means if you are doing a job and you don't like the job, you can leave that job and even be willing to take a lower job which makes you happier.
Okay.
Are you with me? But you've accumulated wealth, you are debt free, you don't have any loans, you don't owe anybody. So now you can be thinking, I don't really need to wake up at 6 a.m. to go and work. If I like some job better, however, the income is not as high as this job that I don't like, because I have saved some money, I can take that job. You know, if you do a job that you like, you really excel. So that is when you can say, I have financial freedom. Are we okay?
Yes.
And those of you at home. Right, then from there we move to independence. And this is when your investment income supports your standard of living. So assuming that on a monthly basis your expenditure is 4,000 and the interest income, please, not the investment, but the income on the investment. So maybe you have an investment of 10,000 and it gives you 10% per annum. How much would that be? 1,000. If you split that over 12 months, you are like 800. So if your expenditure is 800, then it means at that point where your investment income can give you 800 a month, you can say you are financially independent. The money from your investment can take care of you. Are we okay? Freedom, not exactly yet, but you can take a lower paying job. You still be working. Financial independence is when the interest income from your investments can take care of you. You do not have to work. You can work, but you really do not have. If you stopped work, or for example, COVID-19 comes and they say go and sit at home, you can go happily because you know your investments can take care of you until you are back on your feet. Okay? And then financial abundance, you have enough and then some. So financial independence, which we are seeking, actually is not the end. Once you get there, you can get to abundance. Abundance means that the interest income from your investment supersedes your expenditure. Are we okay? So in the previous example, our expenditure is 800 a month. Our interest income from investment can be 1,200. It's over. Okay? So let's carry on. Steps. How do we get there? Steps and guide to financial independence. And I put some pictures just to help. We can see the bird has flown and the bird has some cash on it. My path to financial independence. You've flown out. How do you fly out and gain your freedom? Step 1, it's about taking responsibility, planning. You need to be able to tell yourself that I can do this. I have to be financially independent. I do not want to be dependent on other people. So you need to plan. And then step 2, you have to plot your course. It's about attitude. It's about deciding that, look, I as a person, way before retirement, I want to be able to be independent financially. And then deciding to do how long. If compulsory retirement is 60, when do you want to be financially independent, Evie? 40. So assuming you are 20 today, then it means you have 20 years to get to the point where your investment can pay for you. How are you going to get there? Okay, so that's your step 2. Step 3, you have to understand what your income, the linkages between income, which is what you earn, expenditure, debt, savings, and investments. How are they working to help you become independent? And then you have to create a budget. I'm just quickly going through it because we can discuss some more. Right, so let's get ready. We are now going to really look at how and what we must do. Now that we know it starts with your attitude. You have to tell yourself, I'm not going to be 45 and be depending on the church social welfare system to be able to educate my children. You know, that kind of thing. Elders have to have a meeting and decide how much to give you. No, you tell yourself, I will not be there. I want to be independent to be able to contribute and help and become a better person for myself and the church. What must you do? So get ready. We are going. Income. So, you know, time is going. So understand what your take-home pay is every month. Income, we all know, is what you get for the work. It's your wages, what you are paid for the efforts that you put in. So we need to understand our income, because that's where the wealth is coming from. Okay, so you need to be able to tell yourself, how much income am I getting? Some people, if you ask, I don't know, they put it in my account. I don't even know. They haven't told me. How much do you pay? They said they'll pay me. No, you can't be there. If you want to be independent, you need to be informed about your income. And then, how can you increase your income? And I'm very happy with you, Michael, because you said you finished school, and whilst you are waiting to do national service, you are even working. Half of us will be home. So it means you're already there. You're already thinking, I need to get more than one income stream. I have said that Ghana is one of the few countries where we only do one job. Whereas in other places, they do, okay, let me do this job for saving. Let me learn how to sew so that when I come back from work, I can sew. And that income is going into investment. So Adventist youth, we need to start asking ourselves, what are my income streams? One cannot get you financial independence. One job, one salary. You need to go to retirement and beyond. One job, so you need to be there. Are there opportunities for advancement at work? What skills am I getting? Am I conscious enough that there's promotion at work? What does it depend on? And am I preparing so that when by God's grace the opportunity comes, I'll be considered? Are there additional work opportunities? You know, you can be working in your plastic company and still work somewhere else again. You know, but most of us, when it's 5 o'clock, we want to go home, take off our shoes, watch TV. Then you need to work even past 65. You know. Are you adding knowledge, skills, attitudes that can increase your income? Are you the type of person that when a promotion comes, people will recommend you? Or when your name comes up, they say, pass. So you need to be aware. So that's income. Now we need to look at our budget. A budget is telling your money where to go. So you need to set up a budget. You need to know, where is my money coming from, income, and where is my money going. And then you need to always have your goal. Always have your goal, because it is the benefits of the financial independence which is going to encourage you to do it and achieve it. Okay. Expenditure. What's expenditure? Anybody?
I think it's anything that reduces your income.
Anything that reduces your income. Adley, do you want to add on?
Same thing.
Anything that reduces where your money is going, and you need to watch it. So I've put there, track it, and trim off the fat. Sometimes there's so much fat. You don't need to eat 3 pieces of chicken if you want to be financially independent at 45. Evie, you need to eat 1. You know, so you trim, look at the things you don't need. Public transport versus Uber. The ladies, because of high heels, Uber all the time. I do public transport. So, you know, I'll advise you to also always be looking, is this the best I can pay for the expenditure? If not, you know, some of us, particularly ladies, our mouth is sweet. Every afternoon, ice cream. Can you imagine 1 CD over 45 years? You know, so you can start by saying, I don't need to eat an ice cream every day. Evie, from your face. I don't need to eat an ice cream every day. So you need to look for the sneaky stuff that depletes your resources. Which one? The most popular one these days? You at home, I don't know. The most popular one is what, Michael? The one you use a lot is which one? Airtime. You know. So you need to ask yourself, do I really need to talk to this lady for 2 hours? Can't I do 20 minutes and save the rest? So you need to. So what you love spending your money on? Savings and investment. This is key. This is what will lead us to financial independence. And because of time, I'm just going to skim through. Put money in an emergency fund. So as you are working, and COVID has really shown us that you can't just plan enough. So the moment you start working, even when you are dependent like Adelaide, whatever money they are giving you, think of saving some. You need saving is when you put money aside for emergency. So right now you must. And I'm going to go down to bullet 3 because now we have Heritage Fund. Have you heard of it? And they are doing church member products. So you can open an account, I think even from 10 cedis a month. So every month you can send by mobile money. So we have the Heritage Fund in the church. Take advantage of it, young people, and start saving. And then when your savings has grown, you invest. Savings is money put aside for emergency. Investment is money put aside to grow for you. So you can touch your savings in emergency, but do not touch your investment. If you must, only touch the income from the investment. Let me explain. So if you have, say, 10,000 in investment and is earning 10% per annum or per year, you get 1,000. If you have to touch the investment, touch the 1,000. Are you okay? Do not touch the 10,000. Don't touch your investment until you are there. Okay? And then remember to insure it. If you have any more, because 1 hour is not going to be enough, but we have the Wealth Creation Committee also at conference and union levels. So I think we can organize some more for you. And planning ahead. By having enough savings, being prepared for later life is going to really help us. And then we are debts. Borrow smart. Most of us can borrow and borrow and borrow. Borrow for consumption is actually out. If you borrow, the principle is that the benefits of what you borrowed must outlive the repayment. So you can't borrow to buy food and eat. Well, except if you are in university. But when you borrow, put the proceeds of the borrowing into assets that will outlive the loan. So when you've paid off the loan, you should be able to see the assets and be happy that, oh, I've been able to work to pay it. So don't borrow for consumables. But if you borrow to buy a piece of land and pay for it even over 5 years and enjoy the land for the next 35 years, it's okay. Just watch the rates and be careful that the documentation is fine, okay? So loans are most commonly used for, and if you look at the picture that we have, look at the man and how the debt has overburdened him. Sometimes it's not so common in Ghana, but in some countries where credit is available, you can overborrow to the extent that the loans are killing you. So we don't want our Adventist youth to get there. When you borrow, use it on education. So educational loan, fine. Home and car is fine. The pitfalls, procrastination, pitfalls to financial independence. One of them is to say, oh, I'll start when I'm 45. You know, unhealthy paths, get rich quick cannot get you there. It has to be sound, Bible-based. And please remember your tithes and offerings. You have to be faithful to God if you want to be financial independent, because it's God who is going to give it to you. Okay? And then have realistic expectations. If you do not work, you can't save, you can't invest, and you cannot be financially independent. You can't sit down and expect God to fall it down on you. So you have to be realistic. And not having a plan can also derail you. So you earn. Build smarter safety nets. Eliminate debt. Don't make borrowing a way of your life. Borrow only to buy assets that will outlive the repayments. Consider your career. Make sure you are the best and that you have a plan. Downsize. Temperance. Be temperate in everything. And then invest wisely. So again, another picture of jumping. And in summary, the smartest thing, create a spending plan and budget. Pay off your debt. Prepare for your future. And then start savings early. But today, it's never too late. Do you have a savings account, Michael?
Yes.
Oh, Adley, do you? Wow, even though you are dependent, there you are. Even you have. Okay, so do your homework before making major financial decisions. Don't go and put your money in something that tomorrow is going to be in the news that is gone. And then you are on the streets demonstrating. Put your money in heritage or in a big bank where it's going to be here forever, okay? Right, we have come to the end. And I thank you very much. You've been excellent. So I will now sit down.
Yes, please.
And we will take the questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
So as Auntie Vida takes her seat, remember you can send your questions to us on 0559680066. So we'll go straight ahead into the questions. I don't know, Adelaide, Michael, if you guys have any questions to ask.
Okay, I have a question. As a married woman, are you supposed to be financially independent and your husband financially independent, or the couple should be financially independent?
Okay, thank you. Very important question. If I take my example, and I thought you were going to be interested in if I am financially independent, I would say that I am around freedom, financial freedom. So I am still en route to. I think looking at the age, around average 45 to 50 is when people particularly get financial independence. So that's not the age we marry. We marry way before, which means you are likely to be married before you are there. So once you marry, the two of you can put your heads together and start building a financial independence future for the two of you. But I think it's a question to ask when you are dating to find out if the person subscribes to it. Are you with me? So be on your path. Find a man who is on his path to financial independence and come together. You will get there quicker because you will be living in one house. Are you with me? So it means one car, one house. It means it will get quicker than if you had to buy and he had to buy. Okay?
All right. So I have a question. So financial independence has everything to do with wealth, but some people do believe that net worth, that is the difference between your assets and your liability, is not a true measure of one's wealth. And so how true is that statement or that fact that people do claim that net worth is not a true measure of one's wealth?
I will look at it that it depends on what you are looking at, you know. So maybe somebody will say that, okay, if you have net worth, but for example, you are not happy, you cannot say you are a worthy person. You know, money can buy some things, not all of it. So I think it's more about what makes you happy, okay? What really can you count as your worth? What's the point in getting everything and getting sick on the way to getting it? Are you with me? That's how I will look at it. Okay.
So we have a question from Thomas. He's from Michelle Camp. Thomas says, please, I have always wanted to create a business, but I'm not getting any proper idea to start. Also, I would like to ask Madam Vida if she can help with a good investment company to invest with.
All right, thank you, Thomas. I think that you should do a bit more reading around how to start a business and what you can do. Look for what you are passionate about and what your training is in. Because if, for example, Adelaide is in law school, when she finishes school, the best work for her to start will be something legal. Then she will discover what she wants. So Thomas needs to really ask himself, what skills do I have? And what knowledge and information do I have? That's where to start. In terms of the opportunity to invest in, my only advice is avoid Ponzi. Avoid get rich quick. You know, where you hear, oh, you can get 100% a month. Those are the things to avoid. Heritage, which is a 7-day Adventist organization, is one that I can advise. Otherwise, we are not even allowed to say go here or go there, but read and ask around. Yeah.
Okay. Any more from you guys?
Right. So based on Thomas's question, does it mean that if you own a business, it would lead you to financial independence?
Sure. Particularly if the business is based on sound principles and you know what you are doing. Because most of the people who are financially independent work for themselves. Are you with me? Self-employment, if it's a sound business and you put best business practices, is one of the best ways to be able to achieve financial independence. Because financial independence is freedom from employment mentality. So already having your own business or deciding that I want to work for myself is one of the best ways to get there. The only thing is that working for yourself is a very difficult, challenging and demanding. It's not sleeping at home till 10 o'clock. You need to work hard. But if you put in the effort, by God's grace, you will become financially independent.
Okay, Auntie Vida, I know some people will say we all can be entrepreneurs. I mean, even if I have my business, I want someone to work for me. So if you find yourself working in someone's company, can you also achieve financial independence and even financial abundance?
Absolutely. It's all about, remember we are saying that it starts with saving. So you are working for somebody, they are paying you, say, 1,000 Ghana cedis. The measurement is you can save about 40% of your income. If you were to take a loan, the maximum deduction from your income is 40%. So we can say that, look, if you didn't have a loan, you could save up to 40%. Okay. So you tell yourself, my loan is my investment. So every month, so you can set up a standing order. Every month, 40% of your income goes into the savings. You can achieve financial independence. Okay. Let's do a quick mathematics. Let's, so please go back to your, what do you think is the average average expenditure per month that we can use? Household, like a basic household. How much do you think they spend? Or you at home, how much do you spend per month? Michael, how much do you spend per month on yourself and others? Average.
Let's see, 300.
300 cedis. Okay.
Michael, are you sure?
Yes.
Even your food and your transportation.
Well, he's, 100% 7-day Adventist gentleman on temperance. So 300 a month times 12 will be 3,600, isn't it? So if he were to become financial independent, it means his investment must be able to give him 3,600 cedis a year.
Okay.
So assuming we were on 10%, then if he has 36,000 in investment, that investment will be able to give him 3,600, and that will make him currently financially, even if he doesn't work, every month the 3,600 will come in. Do you get it? So now he needs to decide, how long will it take me for me to get 36,000? Do you get it? So if my salary is 1,000 and I'm saving 400, how many months of 400? So how many years would he have to work? Please divide 36,000 by 400. Mike, you need to use your calculator, I think. You're allowed on this program.
He gave me 90.
90 days.
90 years. 36,000 divided by 400. No, it's not.
It's 9 years.
90 years.
So that would be 9 years then.
I don't know what
36,000 divided by
36,000.
Yeah, 36,000. Yeah, divided by
too much.
400.
Oh, but remember, divide it by 12, please.
Okay.
Because it's 400 a month.
Okay. So you should divide it 36 by 12?
No, the 90 by 12.
7.5.
So 7.5 years. Yeah. If you put 400 Ghana cedis a month now, in about 8 years' time, you'll be financially independent. But the 300 is a bit low. Because when you marry...
In about 8 years, you'll be married.
In about 8 years, that's 300 will be 4,000. So it's about looking at... Remember we said you need to do your budget well.
Right.
And decide that 800 or 3,000 is what I need. And 3,000 means 36,000. Then you work out at what level of investment will give me 36,000 a year and save towers. And once you get there, you are financially independent. Are we okay?
Yes.
It's the calculation. It's not confusing, is it? Yeah. Find out how much you want to spend. So if at the peak of your life you want to spend 5,000 a month,
okay,
then it means 5 times 12 will be 60. So it means you need 600,000 Ghana cedis in investment, and it's paying you 10% per annum. So every year that money will give you 60,000. Then every month you go and take, this is the simple guy, you go and take your 5,000. You are happy. Because your 600,000 has not been touched. You are living off the income on your investment. So you need to decide, when I want to be financially independent, how much money do I need? Multiply that and work back to how much you need to have in your account to be financially independent.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. So this one says, is it good to borrow for your siblings to travel?
Well, we have spoken. Remember, I'm saying my principle is that don't let the consumption fall short before the repayment. You know, so perhaps if your sibling is traveling to a foreign country to go and work, bring money to repay the loan and have some to save, by all means. But not say borrow to go on holidays, watch TV, don't do any work and come back. So if the sibling is traveling to go and work and there's surety that that work can pay the loan, by all means.
What if to go and learn?
By all means, because education, remember, is one of the investments you can do today to make sure you achieve financial independence. But when you finish, pay off the loan.
Okay, so we have another one that says, Auntie Vida, investing in a business or a company and investing in a business or a company and that of a bank, which one is the best?
It depends on what you want. Is it investing in a company on the stock exchange or putting the money in a company you are starting?
I think he says
a company you are starting.
A company, yes.
Instead of, should I put my money in a job and work in it, or should I put it in the bank?
Yes.
That's the kind of question. It depends on you. Because I keep saying that working for yourself is hard, but you can return a lot more than putting the money in a bank. Because most banks will pay you less than 10%, depending on the money. But if you were to put the money in the work, it can turn back 25%, 30%. But that means you are willing to work the money. Because working for yourself means you have to work harder than everybody else around you. Okay?
Okay. Guys, do you have any more questions for Auntie Vida?
I think I like the fact that you stressed on self-development in securing your job so that you can attain financial independence. So I just wanted to state it.
Thank you. It's really key.
Okay. Auntie Vida, one person wants to know the second point on the steps to financial independence. Says she missed it. I don't know if you
I think it's have a plan.
Yes.
It's to have a plan.
Have a plan. Okay.
So what we are saying there is that there are steps. You need to have your plan. So as you are working, you know that, look, the moment I get a job, I'm going to be saving. And I'm not touching that saving except in emergency. So it's plot your course. That's the second point.
Okay.
Plot your course and have a plan.
Have a plan. Okay, so this lady says, I want an advice. I can't save because I am paying fees for my sister who is in nursing school and I earn only 1,500 Ghana cedi. So she's using some of her salary to pay the fee, so she feels like she can't save.
My advice is that everybody can save. Perhaps it's the quantum. So I don't think her sister's school fees is 1,000 Ghana and her salary is 1,000 Ghana. And I don't know if tithes and things, because you see, to be able to grow your wealth, as I said, you have to hold fast to your faith. So once she's taking off her tithe and everything, even if it's 100 Ghana, you can always reduce something you are consuming and put something away, no matter how small. So the moment you look, we are not talking of big savings, because if you are taking care of your sister and stuff, you must be a bit more at the beginning of the career. Right. Are you with me? So even putting 10 cedis a month, as long as you are doing that, because at some point your sister will finish school and then you can put a lot more. And having helped your sister, all things being equal and God willing, she too will contribute to your savings.
Right. Okay, we have more coming in. This one says, my question is, most of the time I have the desire, but to strive to that conscious mindset and efforts to saving is a challenge. What should I do?
Okay, so that's why I'm really happy. That's why when Uncle Hammond gave me the topic, I was happy because I have also learnt, you know. So I think it's about determination. Remember the thing about attitude.
Yeah.
So this person should set up a standing order, you know, open a heritage account. I like SD. So because all these organizations disappearing, heritage is there, you know.
Right.
So open one, set a standing order. So every month, even if it's from your mobile money phone to heritage, every month, is gone. So before her desire comes, technology has done it for her.
Right. Nathaniel says he wants to know your opinion on insurance.
Okay. Thank you, Nathaniel. That's one of the best ways to safeguard our assets. So when you have the assets, you buy insurance, life insurance, accident insurance, personal insurance, and then also, for example, if you have a car, you need to have it insured. If you buy a house, you have to have it insured because then there's peace of mind. So insurance, absolutely necessary.
Okay.
So then if you have insurance, you can fall on it instead of your savings.
Absolutely. Because some of them pay back some premium. Maybe 5 years you haven't claimed, you can come for a bit, you know.
So in your presentation, we were talking about self-development, learning certain skills. Which I wanted to ask, in our era, what are the skills that when you learn, it would lead you to financial independence? Because I don't really believe that all skills that we would learn can lead us to financial independence. So what are certain skills you would recommend that as the youth we should learn?
What do you think, Mike? Normally when you have that question, you have the answer. So what do you think?
Okay, I want to say something
Yes,
about
go ahead.
I think that most of the time, before you can attain financial independence, you need to secure a job. And in this COVID-19 era that people were being laid off, I don't think it was everybody. So then make yourself marketable in a way that, because you are self-developed, you know that I can do this instead of getting a secretary for, let's say, the manager. So I know I can type well, I can do certain things. So if you are in that situation, you wouldn't be laid off. So it secures you the job, and then you get paid. Maybe you can get the secretary's pay to, maybe not in total, but then at least
Part
a
of
little,
it, you know.
and then you can get somewhere.
It's all about planning and having a goal, you know. When I started working, I decided that since I don't have to learn formally, I was going to learn a language, and I learned how to speak French. So an opportunity came. They were looking for somebody who could just interpret the French, and here I was, you know, with my broken French, but I was recognized. So it's all about having a plan and doing things you like, because you can't fake it. When you are faking, you won't excel. So the skills, you know, maybe you've gone to school to say even learn law, but you find that's not really my passion. My passion is, say, languages. You can learn that aside. You are doing the law, but you find now you are translating for people, which is your passion. So it doesn't even feel like work, and you are making what they call passive income.
So that's a side hustle.
You know, side hustle. I'm not that young, so I don't know. Side hustle. So your skill must help you to get a side hustle.
Exactly. Oh, you guys, we have some comments, but our time is so fast spent, so I want to pick one, then we can go. This one says, okay, thank you, madam, for your time and opportunity you have given us this evening. We always think about two things, that's being rich or poor, without thinking of planning. May I know if there's a difference between being rich or being poor?
Okay, this who is this person so that I can acknowledge
Mr. Esumedu.
Mr. Esumedu.
Yes.
Wants to know the difference between being rich and being poor.
Yes.
Remember, we've said financial independence is ability to do what you want.
Okay.
Which state gives you that? Rich. There must certainly be. It's like night and day. You know, I think so. I'm not rich yet, but I hear it's good. But poverty is very bad.
Very bad.
Okay. You heard, do you guys have the last question? Oh, you're good to go. Okay, you just heard Auntie Vida. She's given us so many points, and you guys keep asking questions. I'll find out if she will give us her presentation for free, or just as a side hustle, we have to give her something so that she can
it's
also,
free.
It's free. Okay, this one, you see, she's a very generous one. Maybe generosity is part of
financial independence.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
and
you.
Vida, thank you so much for coming
It's
on
a
the
privilege.
show.
Thank
You've been
you.
such an amazing guest,
you.
and you've given
You
us.
have been excellent.
Thank you. Thank you. Adelaide and Michael, thank you so much for coming. And if you have any more questions, I mean, you can follow her to the house. I'm sure she'll give you answers. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's always an amazing opportunity coming your way. Tomorrow is our last day, so you do not want to miss it. Tomorrow we are talking building self-identity. This is something that every youth needs, just as financial independence. So come your way, same time, tomorrow 4 p.m. right here on Hope TV during the Hope Virtual Revival. This is Youth Hour, and my name has been Evie. Have a good night.